We were in Brant Rock, Massachusetts, and we were vacationing with family. We go every summer, and we were just relaxing at the beach house, and Jim, the guy that owns the house, saw a boat out in the distance, just spinning around, and he ran and grabbed the binoculars and saw that there was a guy out in the water trying to get on the boat, but it was constantly going. Nobody was in the boat to control it, and so my first reaction, I just ran, grabbed a kayak, me and my dad, and we threw it over the seawall. Then we ran down towards the water, and we both tried to jump in it, but it would have been a lot faster for just one of us. So he threw me his life vest, and I just went as fast as I could with 2 life vests. And when I couldn't really see where he was until I got really close to the boat, and I started yelling for him to find him. I couldn't see anybody for a while, and then they were trying to point me towards where he was from shore, and then I just kept yelling, and then I finally got a response back. He yelled back, and I just kept yelling, "Hey, I can see you, I'm coming," and I finally got up to him and threw him a life vest, and he kind of straddled the front of the boat, or the kayak, to stay afloat, and first thing he said was, "You saved my life, but I can't find my buddy. I lost my buddy," and I just thought there was one person, but I just kept reassuring him that the Coast Guard was coming, the harbor master's coming, everything's going to be fine, and then we waited for about 5 minutes, and he told me what happened. He said he was just driving straight, having fun with his buddy, and all of a sudden it kicked left, and it threw them both off the boat, and it just never stopped, just kept going. And then we just waited until the harbor master came, and finally they showed up for about 5–10 minutes. Felt like an hour, but they just pulled us into the boat. They got him under a blanket, tried to get him warm and so he didn't get hypothermia. And for about an hour or so, we just searched the waters, and we found the other guy's backpack, but we've never found him. And the Coast Guard, they showed up with helicopters and a bunch of boats, and they searched until like 3 in the morning. We had to disable the boat that the guy was on, and they threw a rope under it to kill the engine, and we tied that boat to our boat and pulled that in, and then we got back at about 12:30 that night, and this all started about 8 o'clock.
Find the other guy?
No, they searched, and I just walked the beach that night until about 3 in the morning. I couldn't get to sleep, and then they ended up pulling the boats out and everything, and starting back up at about 6 in the morning. And they searched all day that day, and then they had divers, helicopters, boats all day, and then that night. And as far as I know, they haven't found him yet.
Okay, did they, now you said, do you know what kind of boat that they were driving on?
It was a 24-footer center console.
Okay. And what did they hit rocks? Is that what I?
That's what some of the reports were saying, but there weren't any rocks where they were at. It was low tide, so unless there was a rock out where they were by, but I never saw anything. They were riding right down the middle of crab traps. There were buoys all around them. Every time you saw a buoy, you thought it was another person, and it just was really hard to find somebody around there.
Okay. Do they know the reason why they crashed and why they were both thrown off the boat?
No, they're speculating like a rock, or I mean they could have hit a buoy or something. I'm not sure.
Was there alcohol involved?
Yes, they were both drunk. As far as I know, they said that they charged him with an OUI, but he pleaded not guilty at the arraignment. And when I got him on the kayak, I didn't notice him being drunk or anything like that. But then when they got him on the boat, they said that they figured he was drunk and that they could tell, but I just figured he was just really exhausted and in shock and everything. But he said that he was drinking earlier that day and that he was with his buddy all day.
So they were calling you a hero.
Yeah.
Kind of go into detail as to what they were saying after they picked you guys up.
That night when we got back, I got back to the house and there were, I guess when I was paddling out earlier, there was all the houses lined up on the beach. Everybody started coming outside and everybody was asking like what was going on. And they said that that I was a hero, but I mean, I just thought I was at the right place at the right time, I guess. I don't really think I was a hero.